there is no question that the publisher didn't know about the launch program. And in fact, they never objected to the fact that we had invited Kapil Mishra and I mean, why had we invited him and all that. Controversy, it started about after that social media flag, and which was in fact a lot of hue and cry was made by a section of social media users on Twitter, and it was about the book, which is so sad that no one had read the book. The book was not in the market. No one has read it till date, but people are talking about it, about its content, about its, I mean, I don't know how they are talking about it. And we as authors have been facing a kind of verbal stone pelting on us.
Ma'am, you very clearly expressed about the breaking of the trust. I think one very important moment when all this was happening around during 22nd to 26th February was this speech of Kapil Mishra, which a lot of people claimed was incendiary. And the bone of contention, which was there in the pre-launch of the book, was also that the guest of honor was Kapil Mishra. So was it done deliberately from the side of the authors to actually hurt sentiments of a particular section of people?
2-3 points which I want to make. One is that the publisher was very much aware of the fact that who were the invitees, number one, as I told you earlier. Secondly, I want to ask you, if you have been following the case, is there any case, is there any FIR against Kapil Mishra? Okay. I just want to ask, and I also want to ask Bloomsbury. They have published another book on Delhi Riots. It's on Shaheen Bagh, From Protest to Movement. And the author of that book, what she has done, she has tweeted that Tahir Hussain is innocent. Okay. That book has been published. So the problem is of narrative. Okay. That a manufactured narrative. They manufactured a left, I won't call them liberals, left fascist lobby. They created that narrative that it was an anti-Muslim pogrom. And the Bloomsbury people, when they called up that day, they informed us, not directly, but then we were told that there was a pressure and the decision had been taken by Bloomsbury UK. Oh. Now I want to ask a question. What will be published in India? Even in this new India, today's India 2020, will it be decided by the UK people, those whites? Are we still going to carry forward that whites burden? And these brown people with that colonial mindset, they pressurized the UK Bloomsbury, and they withdrew it.
So, ma'am, you yourself are a professor of English, and I think an ardent supporter of art and the way things go. But I was reading a news laundry article. So it was written there in it that there are, in your book, it is mentioned that the way art was being used was just to make people like do violence. Okay. And one example has been of the Amir Aziz poem, the famous poet, Sab Yaad Rakha Jayega. And it is mentioned that the expression of the performer, the music, the light, and the intensity were enough to freeze and shock any listener. So what what made you come to this conclusion? Because you were there in the ground, you have been telling me that whatever happened shouldn't have it happened. The situation on the ground was very poor. But then again, criticizing art, and we have been talking about freedom of speech and expression continuously. Do you think?
Rishabh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Rishabh, you have to go ahead in journalism. You have to go a long way.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you a very honest suggestion from my side that stop reading these propaganda sites.
Okay.
Read the original work first.
Okay.
So whatever they have written, they don't have the book with them. So whatever they are writing, it's all from their mind.
Okay.
So yes, so it's a work of fiction, and maybe we are going to sue them if they write something wrong about it.
But you think, like, you are of the opinion that art was used in a way to incite violence during the whole Jamia protest, Shaheen Bagh protest, and whatever happened in Northeast Delhi. Art had a role to play in it, right?
The kind of slogans which were written, the slogans which were raised, even what Sharjeel Imam and others, I mean, what they, and the kind of speeches were made at the platforms, they were insightful that ways.
Okay.
They have an impact when public is charged.
Okay.
You know that a bundle of lies were suppressed.
Okay.
So art also as a part of the entire planning and entire execution of the thing. So it's part in that. So I just can't comment on a single incident which you mentioned, which was there in a report. We had mentioned that. So maybe, I mean, which you were quoting, since it was from a secondary source, so probably it was from our report. The way the entire episode has taken place, it is too unfortunate.
Okay.
For the publishing industry, for authors, for publishers, and for I would say that it's a kind of intellectual mafia which is working, which is deciding which book to be published and which not. So in the coming days, I think it's going to be murkier with this kind of discussion and all that which is happening, like, and the way pressure was built up, and uh, those who mounted the pressure, they were successful also, unfortunately.
If there is any one message that you would like to give to the readers of this book or to the whole online community, what would that it be?
They should have read our book first. They should have let it come, read the content, and then they should have taken us to the courts. They should have taken us anywhere if they felt that the content was factually incorrect.
Okay, so I wish you all the very best for your book, and thank you so much for talking to me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's entirely my pleasure, and thank you.